There's a way, I think some of these phones, they have a screen lock protection.
My kids complain about me, as I did my mother,
Exactly.
but they always ask me for the pictures.
I don't take any pictures today, all the time. That's unusual. Are you not to take any pictures? Well, everybody else has their phone out. So I was looking for Shelley.
Economic Development,
You're welcome.
Economic Development Committee meeting is now in session. Mr. Clerk, will you please administer the roll call?
Yes, sir. Commissioner Greg Young.
Present.
Commissioner John Atkins.
Here.
Commissioner Ed Lazarus is absent, as is Commissioner Victor Thomas. Commissioner John Paul Young.
Here.
Commissioner Roy Burrell is absent at the moment, but on his way. And Commissioner Cothran is also absent. Commissioner Gage Watts.
Present.
All right, that gives you 4 committee members present and 4 absent. So we do not yet have a quorum, but we do anticipate having 1 to 2 more members here in the immediate future. So if you would like to begin discussion, you can, we could do that.
All right.
Or do the openings,
Right, thank you.
invocation and.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Clerk. And just out of deference to our president, would it be okay that we go ahead and do an invocation and pledge at this time, or would you rather wait until we have our regular session?
It'll be better for us to wait until we have actual quorum to do the formal
Yes, ma'am.
agenda. If you want to just go ahead and start with your discussion,
Yes, ma'am.
I think that would be.
All right, thank you very much, Madam President. Okay, so of course, we don't have any public comments.
No public comments today?
Okay, so you can go ahead and proceed, Mr. Clerk.
Okay, so we don't have any public comments today. Citizens who did want to address the committee, there is an appropriate time now. And those comments are limited to 3 minutes. If we do see somebody show up, we'll let you know. We do have some members of the public here today, but they are here for the new business discussion item. So if it's okay with the chair, we'll move forward to new business, where we have a discussion and presentation from Visit Shreveport Bossier.
All right, thank you. You may come on up.
Good afternoon.
Good
Wow.
afternoon.
It's louder than usual, I think. How are y'all doing this afternoon?
How are you?
Appreciate you allowing me to come before you today to talk about a couple of our initiatives that we would love to have your support on. One of those is the Shreveport Bossier Film Commission. It has been in operation now for a full year. We brought Wade Marshall on board with us, and he has been working to do a number of things in that office. So I've handed out a couple of things as far as accomplishments, but just a few things to highlight. So what the Film Commission does, they're really our first line of defense for anyone wanting to film in our community. So someone that's got a script that wants to know, do you have a blue house? Do you have a cemetery that looks like this? So that's one of the first lines of defense, is to know that we have the locations that they're looking for. The next thing they're looking for is, do you have enough employees for me? Do you have enough people to work in the industry? Do you have the vendors that we need? So we also work with them. Wade has been building the database to make sure that we are having a good, strong database of people who work in the film industry, but also those vendors, so that when he gets a call, he's got that ready to go. We're actually this next year going to be bringing on a special database called Real Scout, and that is actually connected with the producers, and that gives them direct access to our information. They don't have to, figure out what website can I go to. They can just access that information. I think New Orleans is the only other city in the state that is participating in that. The Office of Tourism does. But of course, all of the major cities do participate in that software service called Real Scout. So that will be coming on board this next year. We've also been working towards upgrading and really building that database and the website. But he has also been out and about talking to producers. He went with the Louisiana Film Association earlier this year to meet with producers out in Los Angeles. He has become on the board of the Louisiana Film Association, and I'm sure that's not exactly the right name, but it's pretty close. Film Louisiana is what they're called now. Everybody's kind of shortened their names these days. He is actually on their board now. He's also become accredited by the AFCI, American Film and Cinematography Institute. So we're really working to make sure that we're being known as the voice of authority when someone is looking to film here. But Wade is basically on call 24/7. So when he's got a production in town, they may call and say, hey, we had to change our production schedule, and instead of doing a wrecked car downtown next week, we need to do it today. And so Wade has those connections to be able to, get the permits real quick, get with fire and police, all those types of things to be able to enable them to have those productions. Because if you know anything about the film industry, speed is of the essence. It's kind of one of those hurry up and wait. Sometimes you may know about a production coming for a long time, but then all of a sudden when they're here, it's go, 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 and things change on the fly quite often. So Wade brings a tremendous amount of experience in the film industry. He himself is actually a composer as well for the film industry and has lived in Los Angeles, so he's very well integrated into that film society. Another aspect of the Film Commission is helping to build the workforce, because when COVID hit, or when we had all the big influx after Katrina, we had a lot of workforce that relocated here. Well, since then, things slowed down, so a lot of those moved away. So we're needing to make sure that we're having people that are ready to go to be production assistants and those other things that we can provide locally. So he's working with the Robinson Film Center and other teaching mechanisms to be able to do industry training, film meetup groups. And I understand some of y'all have been to some of those meetup groups to really integrate the community together so that everybody works together. I'm sure there are some other things that I have forgotten to bring up. That's right. So it's not just film, it's also entertainment, looking at music and how do we progress with music in our community and help get we have some tremendous musicians, how to help get them work, how to activate our spaces. When people come downtown, they love to see something vibrant, people walking around, hear music, see performers. So kind of building that database as well, so that when we have an opportunity, we can say, hey, here's a nice opportunity in front of Noble Savage. A week or two ago? Live entertainment was available, had people really coming into Noble Savage and saying, hey, I've not had this at lunch, let's come and enjoy the music as well as the great food. So it's a lot of opportunities to work with different partnerships as well. So he's also been working with Caddo Common Park and helping to bring that to life. And they've just received a grant so that we'll be hosting live performances there. And y'all were a major part of bringing that park online and keeping that going. So we appreciate all of that. Any questions on what all we do in the film industry?
Thank you for
Sure.
that update. Why are you visiting with us today? Is it just an update? Or
It
do you have
is
something
an
else?
update as well as a funding request. We have requested $25,000. We're getting the film office stood back up, which is cost extra for redoing the film website, bringing on the Real Scout program, doing the AFCI accreditation, getting us going out on some trade missions. So those things cost a little bit of money, especially to start up. So that's what we're
And did you
requesting.
submit this request as part of the regular economic development cycle, or is this a unique request that's not part of the regular cycle?
I submitted a little while back. I don't know if it's a part of the regular cycle.
So early in the year, they presented a presentation to the commission and said they were considering doing this. And I think we didn't get an application out to them during the regular process.
We did not?
We did not. That was on us. I did not send the application, but they did present to the economic development. And so to follow up on it, we decided we should probably bring it back to the committee to see if the committee would be interested in looking at some funding for this particular endeavor.
All right. Well, I still have the floor, I guess. I appreciate what y'all are doing. However, I hesitate to step out of the process. So, you know, maybe, just for me personally, maybe we can get back in the process properly for next year and, you know, get it funded for next year. But I hesitate to step out of the process because as soon as you do, then there's many other groups that want to.
I understand.
Have exceptions. So,
Now,
thank you for what you do.
I will add that for economic development, you know, we do have that you can consider economic development.
That's true, yeah.
So that's why we
Okay.
allowed this to come forward, because
Thank you for that
that's in the process.
clarification. Okay, thank you. Mr. Chairman, I'm done. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Anyone else? Mr. Burrell.
Well, it appears I got here a little late, so she's probably addressed my interests in terms of how will they integrate, you know, your office in with the new G unit potential. I see you have something down here, so you may have already explained that.
So I did not address G Unit, actually. So Wade does meet regularly with G Unit, with both Orville and Temple, to make sure that we're up to date on what they're doing, how we can assist them. So we do have regular conversations and assist.
So have you created any type of potential date to start working with them, or all that is kind of?
Well, we've been meeting with them and working with them since the beginning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner. Who was, the chair recognized Commissioner Young.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thanks so much for being here, Stacy. I have two questions. Could you tell us about what filming activity is going on now?
And I think I'm going to have to, if you don't mind, bring Wade up
Okay,
for that,
great.
because he's more versed on exactly what's happening right now.
Super. Thank you for being here, Wade.
Hey, thanks, guys. Thanks for having us today. So, right now in nationwide, really worldwide, holidays are always a slow time, and that's just for production as usual. Usually, we can see activity happen early in the year, spring, sometimes even January. We have a couple things on the radar right now. A small independent called Ellie and Brenna that's been looking to us for locations for something around January, February. Also, you probably heard G-Unit Studios talking about Shreveport Justice, and if you haven't heard, they've talked about Flip the City as well. So a lot of stuff that they pulled, like permits and things from us are for that Flip the City. So they're doing a lot of footage of what he's working on around the city. So a lot of that's called like B-roll. So sometimes you might see some cameras going around filming just that kind of thing, because that's going to be the potential part of the show, just a lot of that footage. So they're getting that done right now. They've done some drone shots around downtown. So that kind of activity is going right now. Had a lot of commercials happen around town. We just finished a pilot for a TV show called Fixation that wrapped about 3 weeks ago. So this year, if you look at really what's happened, we've almost had a production every month this year, even on the independent side. So we're really trying to push that independent world. And then at the same time, we're making those relationships with the bigger studios. That's why the trip was really important to Los Angeles. And we're going to look to give them some fam tours and bring them down here next year, early next year, and start really showing them, letting them kick the tires.
Great, thank you. Are you also working with people who are associated with the Film Prize and all those?
Yeah, so
filmmakers?
we have good relationships with them, and that they're part of this pipeline that we're building as well. So, we want to basically give opportunity to people that are here. When I graduated Centenary back in early 2000, I went straight to Los Angeles, because I thought that that's where you needed to go. But this is a new territory now. So we're giving, people of all ages opportunity, even with no experience, to be able to hop on these film sets and show them how to do that. And so a lot of the initiatives and partnerships we have around the city are to create these programs, create ways to make it easy for people to get in. Because a lot of people don't know what it is. We want to explain it, and and we're even next year going into the film financing part of it. So bigger corporations that want to invest in the film, we want to show them how the tax credits work. We still have, uh, contrary to popular belief, we actually have a massive film tax credit program. When I went up to Cincinnati and met all the other film commissions in the world, most of them don't even have more than 5 million to spare, throughout the year. We have a very substantial film tax credit program. We're going to continue to support it and continue to, promote it the way it is. So we want people to invest in our state, yes, but more, we want them to invest in Northwest Louisiana as well.
Thank you. And then, so my second question, Stacy, you might be the person to ask this one too, is so usually when we do an economic development investment project, we have an economic impact study that supports, the return that we would get through the tax base, through the taxes for that investment. Is there an economic impact study for this proposal?
We have not done one for this proposal. We could pull, what we do is as we're working with film production, Wade puts it into our system so that we can track room nights, that kind of thing. So there are some things we can pull, but I think you'll see us grow even more over this next year. So a lot of what we've been doing this year is building that base, but we'll be seeing even more production next year.
Well, usually they have, anticipation built into
Yes.
them. So I'm sure that all of us would be interested in seeing an impact study, especially Commissioner Atkins. I know that would be helpful.
Okay, we can work on that.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank
And-
you, Commissioner Young. Commissioner McCage, do you have anything you'd like to?
No, Mr. Chair, I think it's kind of some of these updates I've already received. I'm just happy to see that we are moving forward in the right direction, being the destination location of North Louisiana. This is an intricate detail for us. We're looking forward to continuing our partnership.
And one thing I didn't mention is in the Film Commission budget, that's really the work of the Film Commission. Wade's salary actually comes out of Visit Shreveport Bossier budget, not out of the budget we're asking you to help support. That is strictly for the programming.
That was a great point. Thanks for sharing that. That's it, Mr. Chair, for me.
All right, thank you, Madam President. I think the term partnership is of great interest to this body. I truly believe in the one government concept, and that to the extent that all of our partners can work together, develop some synergy in our efforts, I think it would be very, very helpful. A fist is a lot stronger than one finger. And so if we can get all of our fingers working together for a common good, I think we can go a long ways in helping our community realize its greatest aspirations. I think Commissioner Atkins and Commissioner John Paul Young have both kind of expressed, I won't say concerns that I have, but an interest that I have. And I think you've attempted to try to address that, and that is giving us the data, kind of like what we require everybody. And it's not that you don't know that, because I've had conversations with you, or at least one conversation with you in the past about this this algorithm that LSU provides that produces the economic impact. And so I know you're soundly familiar with it. And I think even though, as you stated, these activities are going to balloon in the following years. But as you know, with any economic impact study, projections is what it's all about. And so I think it would be helpful if you can provide those projections. You're definitely not seeking funds from us for something that has happened in the past or something that is occurring as we speak. It's always going to be about the future. And so if you can provide us these projections, I think it'll go a long ways into helping us make decisions about how much money, at the end of the day, that's what it's about, right?
Yes.
How much money you need. I would also add that I really, as you probably know, we have Film and Entertainment Advisory Board within the commission. And I think if we can figure out how to work together, but it will be powerful. And so, this is just a suggestion, okay? I mean, I'm one person, but I think it would be very, very helpful. The summary that you've given in terms of your activities, if you can kind of give us periodic updates as to specifically what you all are doing, I think it'll go a long ways into helping us determine how we may move forward to complement you. And for you
Absolutely.
to complement us, so we don't end up stepping on each other's toes.
Yes, be glad to do that.
Yeah, and I think Commissioner Atkins.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the $25,000 requested by the Shreveport-Bossier Film Commission contingent upon them submitting a economic impact study that indicates a positive return to the parish
I'll second, Mr. Chair.
to be approved by the finance, by Haley in the finance department and Ms. Bryant. Okay, so that's my motion.
Could we? Sorry, just to rephrase that, that's a move to recommend approval of the $25,000 request contingent upon the economic impact study.
Having a positive economic,
positive.
net positive economic impact study. Are you comfortable with that, Ms. Bryan? Are y'all comfortable with that approach?
I'm sorry. We're comfortable with that. I will say that if you want to make the vote on the budget adoption on December 2nd, you can do it that way, or we'll have to come back in 2026 and bring this.
So I didn't realize Wade had this report with us. So this is from our Simple View platform, which tracks our room nights and has a formula that tracks the economic impact, or actually not economic impact, it's the direct dollar spend. And so for the productions for this year, the business impact is $2,359,768. So that was just under 2,000 room nights that were consumed by film that we tracked.
And what was your budget to contribute to that? How much?
Our
How much?
was our budget this year.
Well, that's a start. How much was your budget this year for the film department?
Film department, I think I was right, 200,000.
So you get a 2-to-1, I mean, a 10-to-1 return on the full film department.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I'm not sure how we want to move forward.
If
given
I
the-
may, Mr. Chair, I was just going to just
yield.
make a recommendation to Commissioner Atkins, since this study is already available and you can just remove the word contingency from it, and we still can adopt it from the floor on the date of budget adoption and just use the recommendation from this committee, if you're amenable to that.
And just as a point of clarity, and it would still be up to discretion of the administration as to how they proceed from the budget adoption.
Oh, yes, we would
It's
still.
gonna be within your discretion.
We would still follow our processes that
Right.
we have in place, our procedures for economic development. I was just letting you all know that you had the option to, finance will provide you the ordinance that will be impacted and the amendment that would have to be made on the 2nd, or you can introduce something in the 2026. It's what's the pleasure of this committee.
Man,
Okay, and I apologize, I'm sorry, but Commissioner Watt still has the floor.
Yes, I just wanted to just make sure that I just gave that information.
Okay, so is
It's a
that,
point of
so is that an amendment to what?
If he's amenable to it.
well, I'm sorry, I just want to get some
Are
clarification.
you willing to yield to?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm just trying
Thank
to get some clarification here.
Yes, sir.
You know, what I'm happy to do is my motion to stand, and if it's included in the budget, I don't want to get into, like, when the budget approval process, I don't want to get into this, we start adding things to the budget during that process. I mean, can you come to the budget meeting with this already included and we approve the budget, or are we going to have to add it to the budget?
You'll have to add it. Well, I can't change it, so you can either do it, I was just giving you the option, or we can introduce an ordinance in January, because this is 2026, so you can't amend the budget yet because you haven't adopted it.
And
So
I'm going to strike my motion and propose that sorry, I'm going to withdraw my motion.
Point of clarification, Madam Chair.
I withdraw my second.
You address
we
it.
can put it in, you could
ballot.
just change your motion to put an ordinance in 2026.
Okay.
I just withdraw my second.
I'd like to amend my motion to have it submitted as an ordinance in January of 2026.
Yeah, this was the only clarification I was making.
Okay, do
That's
we have a
fine.
second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Burrell. is a
Yeah,
second.
that's what I wanted to get a clarification of. Will these expenditures be a part of the 2026 budget or 2025?
26.
26, if you approve it at the meeting that it'll probably be your second meeting in January that you'll actually vote on.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
And that's
you.
fine with me. It's still the same year, Stormy.
Yes, I understand.
Okay. And so,
The reason why, I have my reasons why I did not second that because of some of the reasons that you stated. So, thank you.
I understand. We usually have that issue on that day.
Yes, and I'm sure we will.
so does anyone else want to speak on the motion?
Seeing no one, would you like me to go ahead
Restate
and
the
roll
motion.
call? Okay,
We take the motion and then we do the roll call.
I'll do it. So this is a move to recommend approval of a $25,000 request from Visit Shreveport Bossier for the film operation, and that is no longer contingent on a positive economic development study because we've heard there is one, but it is that recommendation is specific to it being introduced in January 2026 as an ordinance, amending the 2026 budget. Are we all clear on that? Okay, great.
All right, let's vote.
Commissioner Young, Greg,
Yes.
Commissioner Atkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Lazarus is absent. Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner John Paul Young, Commissioner Burrell,
Yes.
Commissioner Cothran's absent. Commissioner Gage Watts.
Yes.
All right, that motion carries with 6 in support, 2 absent, and that recommendation will be made.
I think we have
Okay.
another item for this.
Awesome. I had one other item. So looking at our visitation to Shreveport, Bossier, Caddo, and Bossier parishes, November, December, and January are our peak need periods. And so we're always looking for ways to enhance visitation during that time. Obviously, in November and December, the likely is Christmas. And so we have worked to really improve our Christmas product. In fact, we were a big partner with bringing the Joyceful Christmas on board at the art space. And looking at January and what opportunities did we have there, we really saw MLK celebration as a great way to package several kind of individual events and really do a nice marketing plan, but also to kind of look for new events to add to that to bring more visitation into the community during January. So we've partnered for the last couple of years with several different organizations to get the process started. And so this is, I think, our 3rd year. And this year, we're going to be adding a project ourselves, which is an MLK celebration choir competition. So this competition, it's to bring outside choirs into our community to enjoy all that we have to offer, but also to bring in their friends and family as they compete in this competition and to also visit the other attractions during that time frame. We are doing it January the 16th and 17th. The preliminary round on the 16th is at First Methodist Church here in downtown Shreveport. Then the finale and the celebration will be at the Strand on the 17th. So we've invited choirs within about a 200 to 300 mile radius to compete for some cash prizes and other incentives. And to date, we have choirs from Batesville, Arkansas, Holly Springs, Mississippi, Grambling, Louisiana, Mansfield, Texas, and we've got several others that are in the process of making those commitments. So we've done a campaign, first of all, to invite the choirs to come. So now we'll be starting to roll out inviting visitors to come and watch the choir competition. We've been able to get some notable judges. and really start building some interest around this. And so we were coming to you to seek this, like I said, this inaugural one for this, and we were looking for $15,000 in assistance for this program.
Okay. I think before I ask my questions, I think I'll defer to my colleagues. See, I'm gonna recognize Commissioner Young first, and then we'll go to Commissioner Burrell.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Same question. Do you have an economic impact study
We have
for this
not
one?
done one yet on this one, so we would have to do that for you.
Okay, thank you. That's my question. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Young. Commissioner Burrell, you have the floor.
I just have a question. Will you have a requirement for the choirs that you select?
So we're really opening it up to applications. It costs $50 to be a part of it, but there are some requirements as far as the size of the choir, some of those kinds of things. But we're not like eliminating them from coming.
Yeah, because there's some choir, I'm not sure if I wanted to, I don't mind hearing any choir, but I'm kind of stickler for music, so I want to make sure that at least they've reached some level of professional. That's
Yes.
all, I guess.
Yeah, we're inviting mainly church choirs, college choirs, high school choirs.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Commissioner. I believe Commissioner Atkins.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Stacy, again, it's last minute. I mean, you know our process. So, I'm happy to support this next year, but I just hate these last minute asks.
I understand.
Something about my nature. I apologize for it, but it's who
Yes.
I am. And we have a process that we like to go through. So that, we made one exception, but
Yes.
thank you. That's it.
Thank you, Commissioner. Anyone else?
Yes, Mr. Chair. I would like to just give some comments on that. I've seen the results of the MLK Dream Day celebrations, and I know that that is a huge economic driver for our community during that weekend. I think last year was really a test run of actually seeing it come into full fruition. I am in support of this initiative, looking forward to working with it. I've already spoken, so I won't make a motion, but I will get back on the board to say that. But I wanted my colleagues to actually know about what this actual event is about and who's the host of it. It works along with the Mardi Gras parades that are kicking off the season for one, and it is also an opportunity for educational experiences for the students who actually participated last year as well. The arts were there, the music was there, and bringing in this gospel piece or musical piece is another reason for us to celebrate the MLK Day. There are a lot of people who are here. They get to visit a lot of areas that they probably would not visit if this weekend was not being put together in a collaboration, in an effort working along with the Shreveport-Bossier. So, as I said, I've already spoken, but I will get back on the board to make a motion in support of this.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam President. Commissioner Thomas.
Thank you. I would like to echo Commissioner Gage Watts' sentiments. I have been recently involved with some information regarding this event, and I think will be great for our area. I do wish that it would have been prepared more, and also I do think we still have time to run it through our traditional process. I would hope that my colleagues would also could share in making sure that this event happens. It's grown, and I'm really proud to see that. I'm really anytime you see something grow, of course, it's going to require additional support, and I'm in support of that. I look forward to Madam President's motion. I look forward to seconding it.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Thomas. I just have my question of, I think it's a terrific idea. And it is consistent with what we're trying to do as a body in terms of our quality of life efforts. And so it's in direct alignment with what we've already proposed as the Film and Entertainment Advisory Board. My question has really to do with logistics, similar to the discussion we've had already. Now, if I'm understanding this correctly, and I would like for our administration, to help me out with this, if you deem necessary. We can go ahead on and we can make a recommendation today. And even if you don't have the funds in pocket by the 17th and 18th, you can go ahead on and do your event, and then we can put money back in your pocket retroactively. Is that accurate?
That would be fine.
Is that doable, Madam President?
Yes, our policy says for the monies have to be spent between January and December of the year. So yes, we are allowed to go back as long as they can provide the support, the documentation of the cost, how they use the money, the council check, all those reports, then yes. Long as
Right,
it-
right, and not to get too far ahead of the process, but essentially, we can provide a similar motion to the one we just made, and essentially accomplish the objectives, similar objectives, right? Okay.
Yes, you can. We
Okay.
could still make it work if you vote on it in January. You would be voting. Is that meeting after the? Yeah, you may be voting the week of the event in January. If you vote on the 2nd, we could start the ball rolling now. But yeah, if you wait till then, we could still get it accomplished.
Right, but for practical purposes, we could do the vote in February, and we can just put
If
the money
you're
back
okay
into the
with that,
pocket at that
yes.
time. Is that accurate?
Yes, if you're okay with
Right.
that, recognizing that they would be counting on those funds
Right.
in order for, I think they're going to use it for prize money, be counting on those funds, and they would have to understand the risk if y'all should happen to not vote in favor of it.
Right. Okay, Commissioner Atkins.
Thank you. I'll make the motion, I desire this motion to be similar to the motion we made previously where this issue, if you promise you won't come at the
Right.
last minute next year.
And actually, we didn't have this far enough along to bring it during
All
the
right,
regular
I'll
timeline.
make a motion that we include an ordinance to address funding for this request in January of 2026.
Thank you.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I'd like to make a substitute motion to adopt the language set forth by Commissioner Atkins. However, if we could put this, are we allowed to put this motion? I heard you say to get the ball rolling on December 2nd.
So if you run it on December 2nd, all you would be doing is a motion in support of it, and one of you all would have to make an amendment on December 2nd.
Okay. I think that this is a proven organization. I am comfortable with making that
I'll
amendment.
second your motion.
Thank you.
Okay. So would you like to speak further on your motion?
No, I think I've spoken.
But you
Commissioner
can,
Watts?
you can support his motion in case you're not successful on the 2nd.
Commissioner Watts?
Yes, I'll be in support of either motion that passes.
Oh, I'd like you to be on my team. May I just make a quick point?
Sure, if Commissioner Watts,
Sorry.
you yield to.
Sure, I'm
Okay.
done.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thank you.
I'm sure we all realize, I just want to make clear for anyone who may be listening, we're just discussing, everybody's supportive, we're just discussing about whether we put it on the December agenda or a January
Yes.
agenda. So,
Appreciate the clarity, Commissioner Atkins.
Great point.
Thank you.
Anybody else like to speak on the motion?
And just to be a little extra clear, the discussion has been about the making an amendment to the adoption of the 2026 budget during the special meeting to adopt the 2026 budget, or introducing an amendment to amend the 2026 budget, which would be adopted in January.
So, just as a question,
Yes,
is
sir.
this going to be okay that we actually pass a motion that gives us two options as to when this is
we got to pass one or the other.
right?
Well, I mean, I think you had to look, but I think you could say, the question is if you're not successful on the 2nd, do you want us to come back with an ordinance in January? But you could come back later and make that decision.
And my question is, whether is it allowable for us to do both, to suggest both in one motion?
I think you could phrase it as supporting, recommending that the full body support the request, and then be quiet as to through which
Yeah,
method.
yeah, hold on just a second.
So-
I think our attorney is,
Basically, commissioners, if you want, all you need to do is make a recommendation to, the body to have this, and then you can either amend your budget on the 2nd. If that fails, you can come back and make that same recommendation in January as a standalone ordinance.
Commissioner Thomas.
I just wanted to make the point that my goal was to get the resources to the Visit Shreveport as soon as possible. And I was hoping that getting the ball rolling on December 2nd would be able to accomplish that.
And if we may discuss goals,
Let's see, if you,
Sorry, Stormy, you up?
No, I just said second. No, I was seconding his comments on the reason for making the amendment to your motion, so that we can make sure that the funds were appropriated in a timely manner, since it's going to be used as prize money. So we didn't want to do anything for that part of the process to become stagnant.
And my concern is,
Microphone.
my concern is having a budget as clean as possible that we vote on without a lot of amendments on the day of approval.
Yes, sir.
So, I'd just like to try to keep a clean budget coming in. It doesn't always happen, but that's always my desire as the chair of the Finance Committee. Thank you.
okay. Mr. Clerk?
Okay, are we, I think
Voting
My
on the
motion is
amendment
on
first.
the table, isn't it?
that your motion is on the table. There was a substitute motion that was seconded, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so what we would do is vote on the substitute motion, but I think there was that question of clarity as to whether that was appropriate to recommend both, which I think was part of your substitute motion. So
It
has the
doesn't
substitute motion changed?
No, it still stands.
No, it hadn't.
My motion still stands.
It still stands.
And
We would
so-
just vote on this, the motion. If it passes, we look to see what happens on the 2nd. If we're not successful on the 2nd, they can come back with another in January. So all we're voting on is this. We're not worried about what happens in January.
Right. And if I have to restate my motion, I will. I'd like to make a motion that we recommend to the full body to adopt this request, honestly, both requests, at the December 2nd meeting.
Okay, so that is the request, that is the proposal we're voting on. And the reason I was asking before, because when you first mentioned it as a substitute motion, it was, you had stated that in addition to what John was asking for.
That's why I restated my
So it
motion.
sounds like you're restating it as it's a separate
Absolutely.
thing now. Okay, got it. That does answer my question, so I appreciate it very much.
Well,
Does everybody have the clarity they need for a vote?
Point of clarification. I was following it there for a minute.
The
This-
recommendation on the floor is to, for this body to recommend to the full body to adopt an amendment to the 2026 budget during your December 2nd special meeting to adopt the budget.
Does that include John's motion?
No.
Okay, so, okay, I'm good.
Okay? We're
So is
clear?
is it clear with everybody?
Yes, and I do want to state for the record that Madam President did second my motion. Well,
Yes.
I think.
So if we're ready, I'll do a roll call. Commissioner Greg Young,
Yes.
Commissioner John Atkins,
No.
Commissioner Ed Lazarus is absent, Victor Thomas,
Yes.
John Paul Young,
Yes.
Roy Burrell,
Yes.
Ron is absent, and Commissioner Gage Watts.
Yes.
Okay, that motion carries with 5 in support, 1 in opposition.
Do you see why we don't want to do them this late in the year?
No, I apologize. Thank you very much. I appreciate all that you do. You do a tremendous job, and I love to see all the growth in Caddo Parish. And I have to just throw in some more kudos for Walter B. Jacobs, and I'm so excited about that opening coming up next month.
And thank you so much for what you all are doing, and I hope you will consider adopting my recommendation that maybe you do monthly or quarterly reports
Be glad to.
to our administrator, so we can be kept abreast of, you know, what you all are doing. I think it would be very helpful.
Be glad to.
Okay, so you're gonna commit to doing that?
I will.
That you're gonna do it monthly or quarterly?
What would you prefer?
Quarterly,
Quarterly,
just to have time to, monthly is, we'll have
right,
to have a
Yeah.
lot.
okay. All right,
Yeah.
appreciate that.
And come before this body or the full
No, what you
commission,
can
or
do
what,
is.
where would you prefer us?
you
Or
can
just meet with
submit-
Erica?
Just submit it to
Then
the
I'll get it
administrator.
to the
Then
commission.
she can share.
Awesome.
Then she can share with us.
Be glad to. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else have anything? Okay, you have anything, Madam Administrator?
No, thank you.
All righty, I entertain a
you.
motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.